Of course, it's gambling. Case closed. Recently, there has been a rise in so-called prediction markets. So in this video, I want to break it down in more detail. What is it, why they are so controversial, how they appeared, and so on. First of all, let me give a brief explanation of how they work. Prediction markets. In simple terms, these are the platforms where people can put money on future events. For example, election results, Oscar results, future price of Bitcoin, and so on. And you can ask how it differs from the sports betting. Prediction markets combine elements from betting and trading. With betting, you put money once and you wait for the result. Prediction markets use exchange mechanics. You basically can do multiple buy and sell trades on the same event as prices change based on new information and what the market believes. So it's basically an exchange, but instead of stocks or crypto, you trade future event probability contracts. One important feature that is highlighted by proponents is that prediction markets are the most efficient way to measure so-called collective belief, as people vote with their wallets. For example, a price of 75 cents means that the market estimates a 75% chance of that outcome happening. I want to briefly talk about the origins of the prediction markets. The whole idea is not new. People were trading odds for centuries. In the 20th century, the closest thing was the futures market. Commodity futures like wheat and oil were basically future price expectations that are influenced by real-world events like politics. And if markets can predict future prices, why can't they predict future events? So event prediction markets did exist throughout 90s and 2000s, but they were small and hard to access due to regulations. So professional traders preferred stocks and gamblers preferred casinos and betting. Prediction markets started to grow over the last few years because of crypto and blockchain. In 2018, the first decentralized app on Ethereum blockchain appeared, called Augur, but it wasn't very popular. In 2020, Polymarket launched on Polygon blockchain and quickly became the largest prediction market worldwide. Polymarket had a massive growth in 2024 during the US elections, basically bringing the prediction markets to the mainstream. Another major platform is Kalshi, launched in 2021 and became the first receiving the CFTC license in the US. Both Polymarket and Kalshi are growing fast, but both are facing a lot of legal issues and controversy. For example, Polymarket was fined by CFTC and also blocked by several countries such as Singapore, several EU countries, and so on. Now, I want to discuss the problems that surround the prediction markets. One, many people say it's just gambling with some extra bells and whistles. Technically, some jurisdictions classify it as gambling, some as trading. No matter how you call it, the reality is that this industry is addicting, leading to issues like overtrading, people losing their whole money, and so on. Betting was highly associated with sports, but prediction markets make it more widely accessible. There are trades on pop culture, weather, politics, whatever, making it more accessible to broader groups of people. Second problem is morals. There are dedicated markets for highly controversial topics such as military conflicts, natural disasters, which is basically profiting from human tragedy. Another issue is manipulation and insider trading. Recently, there has been a lot of talk about insider trading concerns. Basically, people with insider information making bets before the information becomes public. This is not unique to prediction markets, but there is much less oversight and more potential opportunities to insider trade compared to, say, stocks. Seems like prediction markets are getting more and more mainstream, with news sites like CNN doing partnership with Kalshi, and seems like we will see more and more news about them in the upcoming years. So I hope this overview was useful. My recommendation to you is to be reasonable with your finances, think long-term, and don't chase any immediate profits. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, click like and subscribe, as more stories are coming soon. See ya!